And welcome to Just for Clicks, guys. This is Michael Buckosh. This is live, raw, and uncut sports talk. On today's show, we're going to break down the New York Football Giants. Are they quite possibly the worst team in the NFL? We're going to find out right after this. New York Giants had an interesting draft. They drafted Daniel Jones, quarterback, pretty high up. I don't remember exactly what draft pick number it was, but Daniel Jones probably shouldn't have gone as high as he should have. There were other prospects out there that were better than him, ranked higher by almost everybody that I saw have a draft board out. I've never done a draft board myself, so I can't say that I had him ranked lower than everybody else. With all that being said, he's had a pretty damn good preseason. Granted, it is against second teamers and practice squad players, but at the same time, confidence is dangerous in any sport. If you give any team, any player a little bit of confidence, it can go a very, very long ways. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and break down the 2019 New York Giants. Week number 1, they do open up on the road, taking on the Dallas Cowboys. This is the loss. Dallas Cowboys have Ezekiel Elliott back now, Mr. $90 million man himself. Granted, if the Cowboys are smart, he better not get over 15 touches. If he does, he's probably going to get hurt, but they still have pretty potent backfield. They signed Alfred Morris in the offseason. They drafted Pollard. They still have Amari Cooper. They assigned Randall Cobb, I should say. Cowboys are a very, very dangerous team, quite possibly the best team in the NFL. And if you are the worst team in the NFL, playing the best team in the NFL, opening week 1 at their home stadium, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a tough game for you New York Giant fans. Sorry. Week 2, you guys are at home taking on the Buffalo Bills. I'm picking you guys to win this game simply because you are at home. If this game was later in the year, if you guys are still at home playing the Buffalo Bills, let's say week 10, I'm going to pick the Bills. But this is opening week at the Giants Stadium, so I got to take you guys. It is tough to beat a team in their home stadium, first home game of the season. That's why I'm picking the New York Giants to start the season 1-1. Week number 3, your travel is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This could quite possibly be the worst game to watch in the NFL if you guys didn't play the Jets. Tampa Bay is going to be horrible. You guys are going to be horrible. It's a loss, though. Tampa Bay at home. I believe this is their first home game. No, it is not. It's their second home game. But still, Tampa Bay at home. Give me the Bucs. Week number 4, you guys are at home, take on the division foe, Washington Redskins. This is a loss. Washington Redskins are going to be kind of in a limbo state. I believe they're in a quarterback controversy type happening. Do they start Haskins or do they start, who is the quarterback? His name is eluding me right now. It's not Colt McCoy, is it? Is it Colt McCoy? Either way, they have a veteran and a rookie. If the Washington Redskins are smart, at this point in the year, they're still starting the veteran because they could quite easily... No. They're going to be horrible too. But this is a loss. Washington beats Giants week 4. Week number 5, at home, taking on the Minnesota Vikings. I think this is when the buzz around Daniel Jones starts to happen. When are we going to see Daniel Jones? Is Eli still got it? With all that being said, Eli steps up and has a game. Eli plays lights out. The defense steps up and shuts down Kirk Cousins and Diggs and Thien, or how you say his name, and Rudolph. This is going to be a great game for Giants fans. You guys beat the Minnesota Vikings at home. Huge upset. Next week, you guys are on the road, take on the New England Patriots. New England Patriots are going to be the New England Patriots. They're going to whoop that ass. It is what it is. Loss. Next week, you're at home, taking on the Arizona Cardinals. This is a game where I wanted to pick the Giants, but I think they're kind of in tank mode. If you guys listen to a podcast Monday or Tuesday. I can't remember what day it was. I talked about tanking in the NFL. And Miami Dolphins, I think they're tanking. I actually have them going 3-13 before they traded off all their assets. Now they might go 0-16. So the real question: are the Giants going to be tanking at this point in time? They'll be 2-4, but a loss to Arizona. Loss. Next week, you guys travel to Detroit to take on the Lions. This is a loss as well. Lions are going to be just as horrible as you guys are. It's a tour of picking the less of two evils. Is that how you say it? Lions at home. I got to take the Lions. 3 straight losses. Next week, you guys are at home taking on the Cowboys. You guys will step up on this game and give the Cowboys a run. I think Barkley's going to have a pretty good game. Might even eclipse the 150 mark on the ground. But the Cowboys are just too much, too strong, too good as a loss against the Cowboys. Next week, you guys travel to the Meadowlands to take on the New York Jets. Guess you guys don't really travel anywhere, do you? But this is a loss. I think the Jets are going to be much improved. Le'Veon Bell is too much for the defense of the Giants, giving us 5 straight losses in a row. Going into the bye week, the Daniel Jones buzz has finally surfaced, and Daniel Jones comes out and plays after the bye week, traveling to Soldier Field to take on the Bears. Was this the best decision to make? No, it is not. The Bears are going to have a pretty good defense. Look at the stretch. At Chicago, Green Bay, at Philly. Those 3 games, you guys are going to probably throw Daniel Jones to the Wolves. But I see it happening, and then this is a loss. Next week, you're at home, take on the Packers. It's a loss again. Daniel Jones is still trying to find his footing. Packers are going to be pretty good. 9-7, pretty good. Possible division champions, possible playoff appearance. But Aaron Rodgers and the boys are just too much for you guys. Adams is going to have one hell of a game. Next week, you travel to Philly to take on the Eagles. This is a loss as well. You guys are not going to go to Philly in December and win. Not going to happen. What's this? Week 15 at home, take on the Miami Dolphins. This is a win because warm weather team going to cold in December. You guys get the math. You guys get a win. Daniel Jones' first win as a professional athlete. Next week, you guys travel to Washington to take on the Redskins. At this point, I think the Redskins will have Dwayne Haskins in there. It'll be Haskins versus Jones. It'll be a really highly anticipated, hyped game to see these 2 rookies go head-to-head. I think Daniel Jones does come out on top because the Washington Redskins, their defense just won't be very good, and Daniel Jones will be clicking on cylinders. Not on all cylinders, but some cylinders. 6 of the 8. Give us a Week 17 matchup at home, taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. This is a loss. This is going to be a must-win for Philly at this point in time to possibly stay in pace with the Dallas Cowboys and win that division. So it's a loss. They're going to come out full strength. Their 96 rating on Madden. They're going to flex the muscles. Give you guys a 4-12 record on the season. Now, when I said you guys are the worst team in the NFL, that 4-12 record doesn't really reflect of how bad you guys are going to really look, because you guys don't have the toughest schedule. I mean, it's pretty good schedule. I mean, what the weakest games are Detroit Lions, Washington Redskins, and Miami. So I mean, there's 4 possible 5 wins just right there playing those teams. So. You guys could easily be 6-10, 5-11, but if you guys are listening to me and you are a New York Giants fan, do not wish Daniel Jones to play after the bye week. That is tough. Going to Soldier Field as your first game as a professional athlete or as a starter, going to Soldier Field to take on the Bears, that is tough. Tough. You guys should think about calling for his name. What's that, week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? About week 7. After the Patriots loss, bring him in week 7. Get his feet wet at home versus Arizona, and then traveling on the road to take on the Lions. that's the perfect time to call Andrew Jones up to the ranks. But with all that being said, would I have a 4-12 record? Probably last in the NFC East. Because you guys won't be last, but Washington will be right there with you. Like, I guess possible 4-12, 3-13. Who really knows? But still not a playoff team. If there's tanking going to happen, go ahead and do it now. Start Daniel Jones week 1. Get his experience. Maybe trade Eli off to the Colts. Colts need a quarterback. With all that being said, Michael Buckheiser, just for clicks. Like, comment, subscribe. Share this with a couple friends. Help us grow. Leave a ranking. We out.